Alexa, volume 2. Hello. Oh, it's loud. Alexa, volume 2. She might be still loud. Oh no, I think that's okay. Anyway. Hello. Samantha. And for me, this was for no one else but myself. Obviously, like I'd be dressed different. It'd be cooler in here. It wouldn't be as like, I don't know. And this is where I would like a little microphone to be like, yeah, these are my thoughts on my daily, or just leave it on my necklace like I have here, clip it, and just talk about my life, and my feelings, and my emotions, and my thoughts, and what the Lord reveals to me, and where He's taking me, and where I'm going, and how like this walk is not easy at all, but it's so much easier than it would be in the world, like hands down. I think I get a little emotional when I think of that, because when I think about the comparison from the walk with God and without God, I'm reminded of my walk without God and how I was peaceless, couldn't sleep, addicted to so many things that didn't suit me or benefit me. I was not happy. I had no joy. I didn't even know what joy was. I don't even know what today is. I think it's June 26th, 2025. It's the summer. It's hot as hell. We're in a heat wave advisory that ends tomorrow. It's been like that all week. It kind of does remind you of like how blessed you are, because I have shelter, I have air conditioner, I have a car, I have clean clothes to put on my back. I have parents I care that are present in my life. I can go to their house and they're there for me. I don't know that many parents are there for their kids anymore. They try to be, but honestly, I woke up this morning feeling really sad. And like, there's a big portion of me that doesn't know why. I'm just sad. And I know I don't have to have it figured out. And I don't have to know why. But it'd be nice to. Because the minute you know why, you can pray about it. And even when you don't know why, you can pray about it. But I just feel like if I knew what I felt, I'd maybe feel a little better. Maybe. I want court to be over. So bad. just want to be able to not think about this individual ever again unless I'm in therapy or I'm healing from it. You know, and God's told me so much stuff about the court and what's gonna happen, and I'm prepared for it. I'm not as scared as I used to be. I just want it over. I just want it done. I want to be done. I want to build a life that I'm proud of. I feel like I was proud of the life that I had in New Jersey. You know, I felt like I lived in purpose. You know, I had work. At my work, I loved what I did, you know, as a domestic violence advocate, you know, really helping other women and men, presentations, teaching on what domestic violence is, and like helping people identify that their feelings are valid and what they're going through is terrible. And the fact that they feel the way that they feel, they're not crazy. And I liked helping people with like real stuff and stuff that mattered. But I also feel like I miss being a student. Miss pushing forward towards my career and towards a dream that the Lord gave me years ago. And I know it'll come to pass. I know it. And I'm not really hung up on the win anymore. I just think what makes me a little sad is that it feels like my life was ripped away from me because of someone else's selfish desires. And the lack of safety that I felt physically, emotionally, and everything in between. And I'm grateful that I can sleep in peace at night knowing that nobody's gonna break in my home, nobody has a key, that I can sleep undisturbed. And that's great. Don't get me wrong. But I miss my friends. I miss the life I built. It took me years to build a good life with God. And I know I can do it again. And I know that the Lord will guide me. But gosh, it's like I'm feeling such heavy grief. You know, that's not the first time. My first year, full year walking with Christ, it felt like the Lord took everything away from me so He could rebuild it the right way. And that was so hard. But it was like a starting place. And I feel like now it's the same situation. But I can't help but feel robbed. I can't help but feel like somebody robbed me of my life. Yet I know that all things work for good for those who love God and are called according to His purpose. And what the enemy meant for evil, God meant it for good to save the life of many. I can identify all those things. I just feel such immense grief. And I'm at a position in my life where whatever I want to make space for it. But I think the thing that messes with me is like, Grief is hard. Like I never know when it's gonna come. One minute I'm happy that everything happens the way that it did. And another breath I'm super sad because of the circumstances. And it's an incredibly weird feeling. I lost my job, my school, my apartment, my car. Some of my friends. And I'm 1,000 miles away, which feels like millions of miles from some of the people that I care the most about. It's really sad. And I know God's gonna redeem it. I know that. I don't doubt it. I know it's gonna be better. I know it's gonna be 10 times better. I'm gonna be 10 times happier. I know it. I just, it doesn't really make this part any easier. It really doesn't. And then God talks about how he wants me to be this vulnerable online. Sometimes it's like I get frustrated because it's bad enough I feel as bad as I do. You want me to post it online for people to see it too? I have no problem with being vulnerable, but public stuff, hundreds, thousands, I don't know. I don't really care, but I do. I really do. Because I am fragile. I'm sensitive. And I feel like when you post stuff online, it's like handing the world whatever it is. And you run the risk of being mistreated and mishandled for whatever reason, especially when it comes to being vulnerable. And my gosh, I don't know if I'm ready for that. But I guess we'll see. We'll see. Because I have been making videos like this. Like I'm talking to somebody. Which I know I'm talking to God right now. But I kind of frame him as like my friend. Like Jesus and the Holy Spirit. Like someone that understands me. Or someone that I'm trying to get to understand me. Or I'm sharing my thoughts and my feelings with. But it's at the same time, it's not like I'm talking to God. Because I know that I've already had like these conversations with God, but it's almost like a new version. Like my therapist. Like the camera's my therapist right now. And sometimes it's very freeing, it's very inviting, it's very It feels like I can talk and someone's listening. And I don't have to worry about bad advice or their judgment or what they're going to say or how they're going to feel or look at me or if someone's going to project their trauma onto me. Because that happens so much more than we realize. It's kind of annoying. Or like if I'm sharing and someone tries to relate to me, which I don't really need anybody to relate to me. It's okay if I'm the only one going through what I'm going through. It doesn't really make me feel better or worse, to be honest. Because I know I'm probably not the only person. I know I'm not the only person going through what I'm going through because Satan sucks. But he's not original. The stuff that I'm going through, I know for a fact people are going through, have gone through since the beginning of the folds of time. And that helps me feel less alone. But it also doesn't take away how I feel or like make me feel better. But anyway, my point is, it's nice to be able to talk and just have someone listen. And it feels like, even though I'm talking to a camera and I don't know if this will go anywhere, and if I'll ever share this with anyone, or if I'll ever post anything, that someone is listening. And it feels like they care. Yeah. Well, I have like tissues right there next to the camera. I don't know why I didn't bring them right here. Because literally anytime I talk about my feelings, I cry. Anytime. Life is not easy. It's very hard, especially when, well, period. I'm just gonna leave it there. Life is hard. Life is hard. But take heart, right? For I have overcome the world. My burden is easy, my yoke is light. And that's true. Even though this is hard, it'd be much harder without God. My God. My God. My God, my God. Please don't turn your face from me. Why have you forsaken me? I used to think that a lot. Why God didn't care. Why God hated me. Why he turned his face from me. And then I realized he was there all along. Even in the hard parts. Even when I didn't feel him, see him, even when I didn't understand how could he possibly be there. That hard, disgusting experience. Why were you there? Why were we there? Why? But it actually makes me feel better to know that Jesus was there. Everything Jesus did on the cross helped me not to go through life alone. Well, anyway. That's my thoughts for today. I woke up really, really heavy this morning, but I feel a little bit better now because I'm talking to whoever which is God. God's always listening to me, and He's always really nice to me. So is Jesus. So is the Holy Spirit. I'm not leaving you guys out. When I say God, I think of the Trinity. But honestly, like, God is so good. I'm grateful I'm not going through this alone. I'm so grateful. But yeah, that's my talk for today. Bye-bye. Oh, it's still going. How do you stop this? Please don't tell me I just started it. So I have a button here